I'm Simone.
I'm Celeste, and welcome to College Wednesdays, a series in which we give you college application advice on
a Wednesday. Today, what we're going to be talking to you about is how we got into almost every single school that we applied to, and how you should be picking which schools to apply to for college. If you watched our college decision reactions video, and if you haven't seen that, you can go and watch that, you know that I got rejected from 3 schools and Celeste got rejected from 2.
Honestly, our college counselor that was given to us, or not given to us, but the high school college counselor, he was just kind of like, you'll probably get into maybe like 7 or 8, and we were like, okay, that's not so bad, and then wham, everything's over, it's done. We each got into 10. We were kind of like, wow, okay, this is a lot more than we thought.
But it wasn't just from dumb luck.
What we did was loosely used the rule of 3s.
Probably something you've never heard about before. We've never heard about it before until we started applying to college. We mean 3s as in the 3 names of colleges. Safeties, we don't like to use that term, but safeties, targets, and reaches, which we also don't like to use that term either, but for the sake of this video, we will use it. The rule of 3s is that basically you have these 3 categories of schools that you should be applying to, and you kind of want an even number from all of them. So if you have like 1 safety school, then you also want 1 target and 1 reach. You can kind of multiply this number by however much you want. I had about 5 safeties, 5 targets, and 5 reaches.
So let's talk about it, because obviously you might not be applying to like as many colleges as we did. We kind of went overboard.
Yeah.
Picking your colleges by using the rule of 3s is seriously going to maximize how many you get into. So first, we're going to talk about safeties. Like we said, we don't like to call them safeties, but we're kind of thinking of it in terms as in, based on your stats, you should be able to get into this school. You want some of those, okay? You want some schools that you think you're gonna get into.
Basically, for target schools, the best thing is really to just kind of Google. I don't want to say this, but Google. Literally, it's going to tell you like the typical ACT scores, so you can kind of match yourself up, or the SAT scores. It'll usually tell you like there's an overall A-, average, A, whatever. You can kind of decide for yourself how to pick which colleges are your target. Like when you're looking at to find target schools, kind of look at them and be modest about your accomplishments.
Almost slightly underestimate yourself.
Yeah, it sounds really bad, and it sounds like shoot for the stars, but don't. But that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. I mean, like, when you're picking target schools, you want to be more modest about yourself. Like, if you think that you're around an A- average, don't round up and think that you're around an A average and look at those schools as targets.
Let's be real. Nothing is going to feel worse than getting rejected by a school you thought you were going to get into. Let's talk about the last category of schools, those reach schools. Reach basically means this is a top caliber school, okay? Everybody and their mom wants to go here. UCLA had like 107,000 applications this year.
Yeah.
Knowing that everybody else wants to go shouldn't stop you from applying,
but it should make you think realistically.
It should make you think
and realistically. I don't mean that in a negative, pessimistic way, like I would never get in somewhere like there. Out of all the people, they couldn't pick me. No, I just mean like you shouldn't only focus on that school. With a school with so many applicants like UCLA, and if you're building it all up and then you get crushed because it's not the answer you want, it's hard to focus on your other schools. You kind of want to have 2 places or 3 places that you love, so that if one answer maybe isn't the one you want, you can still hope for the next answer.
We had 4 super reach schools that we really wanted to go to, but were really hard to get into. UCLA, USC, NYU, and Claremont McKenna. And we got rejected from all of them except, I almost put down the wrong finger. We got rejected by all of them except for USC. I actually got waitlisted from NYU, but
you know what?
Simone and I are going to kind of give you a loose model of how we use the rules of 3 based on the California schools we applied to. For safeties, we used Loyola Marymount University as our California safety school. Based on the stats for Loyola, ours should have meant that we would get in, and believe it or not, we did.
For our kind of target schools for California, we used Pepperdine, which we looked at the stats and we realized, you know what, this is about where we fall on our college application process. So we used that and we got in.
Lastly, for the reaches, a lot of the schools in California are hard to get into. Therefore, that kind of made a lot of them reaches. So we did USC, UCLA, and Claremont McKenna as the reach schools we applied to for California. We did kind of break our own rules and give ourselves more reaches than we did safety and target, but
it actually worked out really well. We got into Loyola Marymount, so we got into the safety. We got into Pepperdine, which was the target. And then out of all of those reaches, we got into USC. So we actually got into one of each category.
The rule of threes did work, and you can see it in action because we got rejected, not waitlisted, straight up rejected from the other 2 reach schools.
Rip.
Luckily, we had the backup, the target, and one of the reaches. That's pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah. Basically what we're saying is if you have a wider number from each one, then it's a little bit easier to get through the process without getting your feelings hurt.
It's maximizing your chances at success. Let's be honest, everybody has a nightmare of being that kid that gets rejected from every school they apply to.
Yeah.
This method ensures that that is not what happens. In fact, quite the opposite results. The colleges will see what kind of person you are. Those reach schools, maybe one of them will be like, you know what?
We're gonna take a chance on her.
We're gonna take a chance. Honestly, taking a chance on someone is the best thing you can do.
Yeah.
Which reminds us, you should take a chance on us. You should subscribe to our channel.
Hit that subscribe button.
Maybe you want to like the video.
I don't know, a little something.
Maybe you want to ring that bell and get a bell ring every time we post a video.
That's basically our way of saying that this is the end of the video.
This is the end. We post these videos every Wednesday to help you out with college applications and high school.
And we also do lifestyle stuff on Sundays. Like we just did, making our own Vogue covers, which you can go watch if you'd like to watch that.
It was pretty hype. And we also just gave advice for sophomores on the last week's video. If you feel like sticking around, by all means stick around. We take requests for both types of videos, and we will we'll do whatever you want.
We'll do what you want. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
That's pretty much it.
Bye.
Bye.